Hello everyone and welcome back to Little Norton. You might notice that we have skipped forward a day and we are now on day number 5, which is late autumn. And the reason for that is I've had to reseed fields number 9 and number 10. This is number 9 with rye and 10 is just down the way there with wheat in. And I had to reseed it as, if you recall from last time, the crop faced a bug and withered, but thanks to one of my frequent watchers leaving me a useful comment, Felden, he informed me that this is due to the planting season corresponding with the end of the harvest season. So if we take rye for example, you'll see that the harvest season here overlaps the planting season, and what we did is we planted whilst the rye harvest season is still active. And when it cuts off here, that causes a bug in some games, some maps, whereby it withers the crop. But yeah, we've reseeded it in the non-harvest season, and that looks to be fine. I have tested it, and yeah, it doesn't go to a withered state. So yeah, we have our rye and our wheat growing down there as our winter crops. So yeah, took me a bit of time to get that reseeded, but it is all done and looking nice. So I'm very pleased that we got our winter crops back in and on track. So thank you very much for that, Felden. Last time we ran some fertilising and baling contracts, making quite a nice amount of money, which enabled us to buy field number 56. And 56 has grass in, and we need to get that grass cut and fermented to make silage. Now, last time I did say that I was probably going to cut, bale and wrap the grass. However, we did a lot of that in the contract last time, so my feeling is that it'll be good to mix it up. And we also have some bunkers that we are yet to use over at the BGA. So, yep, I am going to cut the grass and collect it with the loading wagon. However, if you remember in a previous episode I explained that if we cut grass and bale it straight away it's okay, but if we cut it and intend to collect it with a loading wagon, we need to ted it and then windrow it for it to then register in the bunker. So I've got the John Deere with the tedder on the front and our lizard rake windrower here, and I am going to need the John Deere mower. Here it is, being brought back into service after a short break. The last field we mowed with this was field number 55 next to 56, where we then seeded our alfalfa, which yeah, we can check on whilst we're there today. Let's get the bacons on this, and I am going to drive the mower ahead, as that's a slower vehicle. It's also a bit wider, so need to make sure that I'm not going to hit anything. And then we'll have the John Deere following behind with all the other stuff. Let's just get that at a good distance so it's not going to crash into it. And yeah, we should be good to go. So yeah, first things first, I'm going to head over to field number 56. Looks like I need to fuel up the mower, so we'll go past the garage and then we'll start mowing and tedding. So I shall see you there. Right, so here we are, field number 55 to my left with the alfalfa, and our new field, field 56, to my right. So let's just go in the field and get the worker off the road, so we're not going to have any accidents. We'll also have to leave the rake somewhere whilst we ted, so let's just leave that at the top here. Excellent. So I just want to have a quick look at our alfalfa, which is growing. This looks good. Some nice textures on there, and have a little look. Okay, 67% grown. So yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to get a cut this year, to be expected, but yeah, next year we should be able to cut that. I'm not sure if you can cut it when it's sort of part growing. We might get something off of it. If anyone knows, then let me know. But yeah, as per the map, it's still in its growing stages. Keep an eye on it and see if we can mow it. We've still got a bit of time in late autumn, another day, so who knows, could be available. Right, let's cut back across the road once it's safe and get our header set up. Hopefully gonna not roll down all the way. Luckily the bush and tree was there to stop it. And yeah, I'm trying to think about where we could start. This field is an odd shape, quite hilly as well, so I need to take that into consideration. But let's get the tedder unfolded. I'll probably start just where we are here, to be honest. Keep it nice and simple. And we've got to work out the boundary of the field whilst we go. So let's just get that turned on and lowered so we can get the helper going. And then just back up the helper and we can start the mower, lower it down, start cutting away. Now the mower is nice because it obviously cuts and swaths at the same time, whereas other mowers just cut and leave it out like it did in the contract last session. But that's of no use to us at the moment, because if we cut it and have it swathed like this, it's classed as wet grass, and we can't just pick that up in the loading wagon and put it in the bunker. We need to ted it so it dries, so that's what the helper is doing behind us. Cool. So let's do a boundary. I don't want to go too close to the buildings. There's plenty of grass to go around, so I don't want to be going into any out of bounds areas, and there's some boundary trees to contend with, so my thoughts are I will keep away from them. Let's do one lap, and then we should be good to do, well, maybe another couple of headlands, and then we can start doing some rows. Yeah, some lovely autumn colours on the trees now, more so than last time. As you go on through autumn, they get more and more orange and red. So this is probably the last cut of the year before the grass is going to start to decay away for winter. And it is quite a big field, this. I'm under no illusions that this is going to be a quick job, so that's why I'm not being too precious about going after all of the border grass. But it begs the question, what are we going to do with this field after we've cut it? Are we going to turn it over and put in a new crop? My thoughts are it's a bit too hilly to have any cereal crops in, to have the harvester here. But we could have another crop, oh sorry, another grass orientated crop like alfalfa or clover. It would be nice to try clover, so yeah, I'm sort of giving that a bit of a thought. But if you've got any tips or things it would be good to put in this field, then let me know. Right, that's one headland done, so let's cut in. And yeah, this is going to be a long job, so I'm going to set about it. Helper's going to follow me diligently and get it all tedded up nicely. And then once we're done with cutting, we'll have to windrow and get that all sorted. Looks like I missed a bit. There we go, some tight corners, but tractor can follow with the tedder. It's not as bad at manoeuvring as that lizard rake is. That's quite tricky to navigate the roads of Little Norton. Right, long way to go, so let's get it done. I will see you when we're finished. And there we are, just finishing up the last strip of this grass field. Been a long job, but I've got to say, actually really enjoyed figuring out the best way to cut, and yeah, it's an odd shaped field, so it takes a little bit of thought about how you're going to go about it, but did a couple of headlands and then sort of mowed the odd shaped parts and then just started doing the rows, and yeah, it looks like it's worked out really nicely. So let's get the mower parked up over here. We can get the tedder turned off with the helper stopped. Quite a large amount of bills for this helper. They've definitely earned good money this morning from me. The placeable money has just about been keeping us even. That's how expensive the helper has been. So, right, next we need to move on to windrowing with our lizard rake. So let's go fetch that. It's just down here. I'm thinking ahead, and I'm gonna try and section off the top part of the field. And the reason for that is it would be quite nice to have some hay, so I'll come back and either ted that or wait till it's dried and then bale that. But yeah, I'm thinking it'd be good to have some hay, as we're going to have some animals next year, and we're really going to need some hay to keep them happy. Right, so let's get the rake unfolded. Again, I'm going to have a little think about how is best to rake. I'm thinking rows up and down. So let's actually just fold this back up and go down to the bottom of the field where it's going to be most tricky. Let's drop there and rake it all in. Not sure on the yield, but the swath looks pretty big, so yeah, I'm thinking there's going to be quite a bit here. Lots of trips that we're going to have to ferry to the bunker, which is why I wanted to really purchase a bigger loading wagon. And we've got the money in the bank now, so time to upgrade the loading wagon, which served us well for a short while. Right, this tree is probably going to be where I mark off rest for hay. We don't need lots of hay, but should get us a fair few bales, that section. And then we'll go over to this tree as the next marker. It has quietened and is just idling down the hill. Been some weeds appearing in the field already. Those weeds seem to come up very, very quick. There we go, engine fires back up. Cool, so I've got some more work to do now to get all of this windrowed. And then after this we'll be back to the farm to pick up the old loading wagon. And then we'll be exchanging it in for our upgraded one. So, I'm going to get cracking with this and see you when we're done. And this is the last row of our swaths, and yeah, tricky but not done too bad a job. I think it looks pretty nice, but then it always seems to look quite nice when you finish. I don't think doing the headland helped, first of all. That seemed to get in my way a little bit, and it looked like I was sort of driving through other swaths, which obviously in real life is going to make a bit of a mess. But nonetheless, that is all windrowed and ready for us to collect up. So let's pop the rake over here. I'm not going to take it back to the farm because we probably are going to need it later for the hay. But yes, let's take a look. Some lovely, lovely windrowed grass. And yep, the weeds cropping up there as I mentioned. So, Ted is going to remain here as well, but I am going to go back to the farm, so probably best I take the mower with me. So I will get it started, turned on, spray into life, and we can do a quick about turn. Very manoeuvrable, this mower, which is nice. And then get the helper set up to follow again. Beacons on, just to warn the little Nortonites that I'm coming. And let's get on our way. So back to the farm, we'll grab the old loading wagon, park the John Deere mower, and take it on to the shop to buy our new one. Well, it's going to be used, but new to us. See you shortly. Alright, so pulling into the dealership, let's get the old Pottinger loading wagon sold. Served us well. I think it was only one time actually, but yeah. £529 sold for, and our new one is well, more than double the capacity. It is a mod, and one that I know that Dagwin has used before. It is the Class Quantum 3800K. £28,000. We're of course going to buy it used, which means it's 19,040 for us. And yeah, we've got more than enough horsepower to run it. But yeah, 35,000 litre capacity, which is good. And yeah, I know it's not a John Deere. I'm not aware of any John Deere loading wagons. I did look around for them. There are a couple of old sort of Fendt ones that look a bit more John Deere like, but yeah, it's okay for us to mix it up, and I do like class stuff, so I had a Class Axion in my previous series in Ravenport, so yeah, happy to have this with us. No, don't want to sell it, we want to repair it. £187, there we go. Nice. So, over to the field we go, and we're going to start collecting up in batches our windrowed grass to take over to the BGA bunker. So I'm hoping to try and get a nice full bunker, which of course we will then have to compact. So the tractor will have to drive up and down on it to get it compacted. Right, so here we are at the field. I'm going to start at the top because yeah, I'm going to have to collect the headland windrow first. So, need to unfold it first. There we go. Okay, it goes up nicely. Switch it on and drop it down. And there we go, collecting up grass. Be interesting to see how quickly it fills. Oh. Boom, we're up to 10% already. I'm imagining that we're probably not going to collect a headland's worth in one load. I.e. the headland is going to be more than one trailer's worth. But that's great for us. That means very high yield. But bad in the sense that that's lots of trips to the BGA. But if you think about it, we would have been doing bales as the alternative to this, and we most certainly would have had lots and lots of bales. We would have had to have done lots of loading onto the the Johnston bale trailer. We would have had lots of wrapping to do as well. So for this volume, potentially a loading wagon is more efficient. But we shall see. It's not too bad. We've sort of gone 2/3 of the way around the headland now. 95%. 98. There we go, full. Get that raised up, turned off, and on to the BGA. 30. Oh, it's done 99%. How cheeky. We can't have sub 100 for our first trip. Thank you very much. There we go. It's better. 100%. 35,000 litres. Cool. So, you get the gist. I'm going to be collecting up the rows, ferrying them to the BGA, depositing into the bunker, and I'll either have to compact as I go, depending on how big the pile is going to be. Oops. I love taking out road signs. But yeah, we'll have to collect, ferry, compact until we're done. I do like the autumn lights, although it looks a little bit darker. It is autumn at the moment, so yeah, I definitely know what it's like to have slightly darker, dingier days, and Seasons has definitely got it right with how the lighting is in autumn. Right, let's crack on and see you shortly. And here we are, just collecting up the last portion of the last strip. My oh my, that was a long job, mainly because of the ferry trips to the BGA. The BGA is on the other side of the map, so I sort of thought it was going to be a bit quicker than it was to do trips, but yeah, it has taken a good sort of 5 minutes each trip. So yeah, that's made the job quite long. But let's get this last 83% into the BGA bunker, and then we can get it all compacted and covered. Yeah, I think we're way over 100,000 litres. Might be approaching 200,000. Can't remember what I saw on the bunker HUD last. But let's get there and check it out. Here we are, turning in for the last time. It's a bit tight, this area, but the Glass Quantum is actually quite manoeuvrable, luckily enough. So it looks like we need a bit more on this side, and yet 174,000 litres. So that is a large volume. So let's drop this off. Will we get over 200,000? I think we are. The HUD has disappeared. Last 2 litres. Are you going to drop? Let's park up and see how many litres we got. 203,651 litres. Wow, that is a lot of grass, and yeah, that's why there were lots and lots of trips. But now comes the task of compacting, so got to get to that. 15%, 16%. It's not taking too long to compact, which is a good thing. I am going to have to just drive back and forward lots and lots of times and crank it up to 100%. Yeah, it's not taking too long, so we shall see how long it takes. Leave that with me, and I'll see you when it's all compacted. And there we are, 100% compacted. Oh, was quite a long job. I always seem to underestimate these jobs. Let's get the John Deere hitched back up to the class and switch off. But yeah, looking nice and smooth. Ended up with 202,874 litres, as I think a bit got pushed out the front. But let's get this covered up. Yeah, there's going to be a bit of grass just to collect up at the front, but we could probably just drop that in the BGA as well, as that will get converted to biogas just like silage. But yep, we're going to leave that to ferment. That's probably going to take a good 48 hours. And we have some bales already over at the BGA hopper, which we created last time, and this was the sort of leftovers from the contract we ran, and I think these are going to be ready. Oh, less than 1 hour to go. Cool. So that's it for today. Been a long day. Next time we are going to well, drop those bales in the BGA hopper. We're going to just check in on our bunker to make sure that it's fermenting nicely, and then of course we have some grass left over at the top of field 56, which well, I'm going to have to see if it dries on its own, but I will probably have to try tedding it as well to see if we can get it converted to hay, and then most likely I'm just going to collect it up in the Glass Quantum for now and leave it until we either need to bale it because we need the Glass Quantum for something else, or I'll see if we can stash it somewhere. But yeah, hope you've enjoyed watching. As always, a big thank you for any likes, views, subscribes. If you've got any tips, tricks or things you'd like me to do, then feel free to leave a comment. Oh, that's another thing. Next time we are going to be at the optimum price for selling our canola. So yeah, there'll be some proceeds on day 6th of autumn from our canola, which will be nice. Cool. But I hope to see you again next time, and until then, catch you later. Bye bye.